enjoy the channel, please make sure you do so and click the notification bell as well. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave it a comment, that would be great as well. Okay, first one. Close relationships with your exes are a healthy part of life. I think it could be healthy if the relationship with your ex is a healthy relationship, right? I mean, not if, like, you've moved on and you have a new partner and you're going back and cheating with the ex. Obviously, that's a no-no. And the other thing is, a lot of times, having a relationship with an ex will cause problems with your newest partner. So sometimes that can be a major hurdle. So I think close relationships with an ex can definitely be fine. It just depends. Okay. Getting married solves most of your problems in life. Like what? Tell me. What problems are solved just simply by getting married? Because the only thing I can think of that is definite is that you get a little bit of a tax savings. I don't even think it's that much. What else? I mean, other things that I could mention don't require marriage, you know? Like, I could say, well, you can save money because you're sharing the rent on a place, but you don't have to be married for that. Okay, well, it can get you health insurance. That's another thing. You know, if you're married and your partner has access to health insurance, then you're eligible for it too. But no, I don't agree with that at all. I'm not saying that marriage isn't great. It can be, but it doesn't solve most of your problems. People who are nice just want something from you. That's a really jaded way to look at things. I honestly don't find that to be the case. I think that's rare. If you think that, you're probably just watching too much TV, you know? I don't honestly think that there's a lot of people out there who are trying to fake it, you know, fake being nice to you just so they can manipulate you. No. It does happen, but not often. By the way, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, that is totally cool, and I don't mind one bit if you go in and tell me your opposing view. Just be polite, that's all. I don't take any of these that seriously, and I hope you don't either. Okay. I prefer eating alone over eating with my spouse. Let me think about that. For me, I mean, most of the time I'd say I probably prefer eating with my spouse, you know, it's somebody to talk to. But when I eat alone, I don't mind that either. Because then I just watch something on YouTube. You know, I don't just sit there and stare into space. Although, that's what I must have done before the internet. Or before I ever had an iPhone, yeah. Because we never kept, like, a TV in the kitchen. But, I mean, I guess some people might prefer eating alone if they don't really enjoy the company of their spouse, and then that's something to really think about. But sometimes it's, you know, it's acceptable to want your alone time. I mean, that doesn't mean that there's a problem in the relationship if sometimes you want to eat alone. But if you always want to eat without your spouse, there might receiving a gift is not greed. Who is being greedy? If your partner's love language is gift giving, the way your partner shows love is by giving you a gift, then nobody is being greedy. You're not greedy, you're just receiving a gift. And he or she isn't greedy. They just are giving a gift. Like, I don't see how that makes any sense. Keeping secrets is great for a relationship. Yeah. No. Not really. I mean, there can be some times when it might be good to keep a secret. But for the most part, no. Like in certain instances where you're just gonna hurt their feelings by telling them something and no purpose will be served, then you should keep it a secret. Like, let's say you, went out and you saw some old friend, and the old friend said something mean about your husband, right? Amongst other things. And then you come home and you're telling your husband, hey, I ran into whoever, and yada, yada, yada. And you don't tell him that the person said anything mean about him. That's fine. You can keep a secret like that. He doesn't need to know, and it won't help him. It'll just hurt his feelings. Although, some people look at it differently. Like, for me, if somebody says something bad about me, I don't want to know about it. Don't tell me unless I need to know, Like, if I was, about to get involved in some kind of transaction with a person, or, somehow be involved with them, I need to know if they're saying bad things about me. But otherwise, I don't want to know. There's no need. But my daughter looks at it the other way. She's like, if anyone says anything bad about me, I want to know. I want to know who's stabbing me in the back. So I guess, there's different ways to look at it. Traveling is a waste of money. Well, traveling is very expensive, especially lately, so I kind of hear that, but I mean, if you don't have the extra money, then yes, don't travel. If you can't afford it, if it's going to put you into debt or mean that you don't have money for something you need, then it is a waste of money. If you can afford it, though, I don't think it's a waste because it's something that people enjoy. Like when I was working all year at a full-time job, the couple of weeks of vacation time that I had, I treasured them, and when we went somewhere, that was like the best time of my life. Every year, it's like this week in Las Vegas is the best week of this whole year. Like that's how I felt about it. So if that's the case, then it's not a waste. There's nothing wrong with walking barefoot in public. Oh, yes, there is. First, you could hurt your foot. Do you know how many things you could walk on that will cut your foot? Have you ever walked outside to take out the garbage with no shoes on or no socks? It's always a mistake. Walking down the driveway, stepping on all those pebbles, I wouldn't even think of going out in bare feet. That is a terrible idea. Plus, people don't really want to see your feet. I mean, I know you could see people's feet through sandals easily, but if you're not wearing any shoes, and you're in the habit of not wearing shoes, your feet are going to be filthy. Let's be real. Filthy. So yeah, you gotta wear shoes in public. You have to. washing clothes is a waste of time. No. Are you kidding? I mean, I agree sometimes you don't have to wash everything every time, you know? And like a lot of things will just wear out really quick if you keep washing them, like a sweater. You know, if you have like a fragile sweater, don't wash it every time you wear it. Or if you have something that's dry clean only, you're gonna try not to need to get it dry cleaned after every wear. But if you sweat into your clothing, you need to wash it. If you get any food on your clothes, you need to wash it. If you wear your clothes to the doctor's office and sit on the chairs with all the people's germs, you need to wash those clothes. If you sit on the subway, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you gotta wash your clothes. It's not a waste of time. Imagine if nobody ever washed their clothes ever. How disgusting we would all look and smell. There's nothing wrong with living off of someone else if you don't want to work. Well, if that person is happy about it, then it's fine. You know, if the person who is supporting you wants it that way, then, and you want it that way, then who are we to judge, right? And so long as that's going to be the situation for you, for your whole life, then it's fine. But in reality, things don't work like that. There's going to be some kind of strings that are going to come along with it, you know? A person isn't going to work to support you while you sit and do absolutely nothing for the rest of your life and just be happy with that situation. Like, there's got to be something given in return, whatever it is. Like, for example, you know all those people out there who are saying, I'll be your sugar daddy, right? I'll give you $5,000 a month to do nothing but I'll be your sugar daddy. Yeah, right. Okay, no. Alright. Your dreams can show you your future. Do they mean like your actual dreams? Like what you're dreaming in your head when you sleep? No. That means nothing about what's really going to happen in the future. But if that's not what they mean, if they just mean like that your dreams for the future can show you what the future will be, well, maybe. But only if you do what it takes. You know, you put in the work to make your dreams come true. Your career should be more important than your relationships. I guess some people might say that, you know, but if you have children, then you shouldn't be saying that. You know, you should not be saying my career is more important than my children. You know, that, in my opinion, would be wrong. You have to put your children before your career. Searching for a job is a lot of fun. No, it is not. Searching for a job is horrible. Absolutely horrible, in my opinion. It's only fun when you're sitting at home looking at the, you know, the options and thinking, oh, that sounds so great, and imagining this great job, right? That either isn't actually as good as you think, or is just going to be impossible to get, right? So that part isn't too bad. But the act of actually, like, going on interviews and trying to get a job is hellish. Usually. I mean, not always. It could be like, okay, if let's say you click on something, you apply, you go, and you get the job. 1, 2, 3, boom, done. It's not hard. But I've done it 8 million times, so for me it's just like 1, 2, 3, boom, Facebook and Twitter are the exact same, only different. Okay, that sentence doesn't make sense, but they're not the same. They are very different. What aspect of them is the same, really? Twitter is a hot mess, okay? I don't know if it's just mine that's turned into a disgrace, or everyone's. But I know I've talked about it before, but I can't believe what it's become. I get all these notifications from nobody that I know. They're all from Elon Musk. Like, whatever he's posting, they automatically put in my notifications, even though I'm not, like, following him. And other people that I never heard of in there. Like, is that how it works now? You get notified of what people said even though you're not following them. And it's so much extremism on there. Like, almost everything is either extreme left or extreme right. And it's all about politics or just horrible stuff. Like, no, I hate it. I really do. But that new thing, Threads, that's unnecessary. I don't see that lasting for too long. It's just repetitive of other sites. Like, we just don't need it. I signed up for it, but I haven't looked at it in months. Prisoners get a better deal than most citizens. Free room and board. It depends on where you live, most definitely. Like, yes, it's free room and board, but you don't want that room and board around here. Like, whatever they're offering in this country, you don't want it. The free room and board in a prison is horrible. Like, the food, I haven't been there, but from what I've heard, the food is, like, inedible. There's not enough of it. The living situation is horrible. I mean, not to say that you didn't put yourself there and that's what you get. It's supposed to be a punishment, but I've heard in other countries it can be pretty decent. And I've even seen, like, people post, here's what a rented room looks like in, I don't know, somewhere, wherever. And here's what a prison room looks like in Norway, and you compare them, and the Norway prison room is much nicer than the rented room somewhere, So, like, in Scandinavia, I think they have really nice prison rooms, and some of the other countries in Europe. And I heard that they get, like, internet access, and they can have video games, and, So it depends. Someone said puppies are downright ugly. If you think puppies are ugly, then I don't get it. Then I don't think we could be friends. Why would anyone think that puppies are ugly? They are adorable. And even the ugly ones are cute by virtue of being ugly. Who doesn't love looking at a puppy? Chess is the greatest sport of all time. I didn't know chess was a sport, number one. What makes something be categorized as a sport? Doesn't it have to be a physical activity? But now, anyway, that would be something you would say if you love chess, If you don't love chess, you're not going to agree. Most people enjoy receiving spam calls. I don't know anyone who enjoys receiving spam calls. Nobody. It's just a waste of time. Seriously. Nobody wants that. Showers in the morning are better than taking showers at night. Okay, that's one of those polarizing comments. I prefer a shower in the morning. Okay? Because, like, okay, if you shower at night, like, some people like that because you wash off the dirt from the day, you get into your bed and you're clean. But if you've washed your hair is wet, now you're gonna lay in your bed with wet hair. It's not Plus, if you sweat overnight, you could wash that away. But I know that there are people who stand on both sides of that, and that's fine. There's no such thing as too many books. I think usually you can't have too many books unless it creates a space problem. You know, like you don't have space for all the books, then it's a problem. Or if you're wasting all your money and you need the money for something else. Or if you're not actually reading them. But if you like to read and you're reading the books that you get, I don't think it's a problem. You don't have to brush your teeth every day. Who would say that? Why would anyone say that? Why would you not have to brush your teeth every day? Do you know what it's like if you skip brushing your teeth? Even for like half of the day, your teeth feel like dirty, you know? No. You have to brush your teeth at least twice a day. Not once, but 2 times a day. You also need to do it because of keeping your teeth healthy, you know? You don't want to get cavities. You don't want to get gum disease. The beach isn't fun, it's just sandy and dirty. I kind of, sort of agree. I like the beach if I am not on the sand physically or in the sun. Other than that, I don't like it. So if I am, let's say, at a resort that overlooks the beach, I'm happy about that. To sit on a chair that is not actually in the sand and look at the beach and the ocean, that is wonderful. Okay, I like the breeze. I like the sound. I like what it looks like. I don't like the sand, and I really don't like the sun. I'm not a lot of fun. Trust me. It's disgusting to eat food with your hands. I think it really depends on what kind of food. Like spaghetti, yeah. Like yogurt, yeah. Oatmeal, yeah. Fried chicken, you could eat it with your hands. French fries, eat it with your hands. Sandwich, fine. You know, it just really depends on what it is. If it's something like saucy, then don't eat it with your hands. If it's mushy, don't eat it with your hands, but it's not disgusting. Putting pictures of food on social media is just weird. It probably was weird like 10 years ago, but now everyone does it. It's not weird, it's expected. In fact, if you go somewhere and you didn't take a picture of your food, people will be like, why didn't you take a picture? I want to see what it looked like. You know? People should not say God bless you when someone sneezes. I kind of agree. I never thought about that, but isn't it kind of stupid? Like, what does that even mean? Like, why? We don't say it when someone coughs. And the thing is, like, if you keep sneezing, like, if you have to sneeze a lot of times, it gets, like, awkward. You know, like, you sneeze once, they say God bless you. You sneeze again, like, a minute later,